Hey folks, just wanted to drop in and give you an update on where we are as a church as we move deeper into this season of social distancing. I know we all wish that we had a better idea of when things would be back to normal in terms of gathering and social connection, but unfortunately we don't. And I'll tell you what, that's taking a toll on me. It's been a struggle as a person who likes to plan and think ahead, to try to figure out how to lead this church in this season. But we have to keep moving forward. So we'll continue to do that. If you haven't yet, make sure you've checked out volusiachurch.com, where you can connect with a couple of the things we're doing regularly to try to usher in kind of a sense of new normal around how we gather as a church. So at volusiachurch.com, you can find information about our Sunday night virtual worship gatherings. We're doing it in the evening to make it easier for folks with little kids to be able to put them to bed and then participate in worship. We're doing a Monday night social hangout, so if you just need to connect with some people socially, you can do that online Mondays at 7:15. Melinda is hosting that. And then Wednesday nights, I'm doing a sermon discussion. So if you want to just talk about the sermon at a little bit deeper level, you can jump on with us on Wednesday night. The goal with that stuff was to try to just be able to give some clear expectations on kind of what you can receive from Wellspring in this season. And we're hoping that in the last week or two, we've started to give you a little bit of some sense of new normal. I was listening to a mentor of mine who was saying, for most of us, there's going to be a couple of weeks where we're adapting to what it's like to live under this reality. And then there'll be several weeks where we live into a new normal. And then there'll be 1 or 2 weeks whenever it comes, that we transition back into kind of normal social gathering stuff. So for me, I'm thinking through that many of us are starting to say, okay, I can at least see how I might be able to live life the next several weeks. So I might not be comfortable with it. It might still be stressful, but at least I have a better expectation of what life is going to look like in the next several weeks. If you're still struggling to adapt and you need to talk to somebody to just process the transition, please reach out. Reach out to me at jacob@hclm.org, or go to volusiachurch.com and fill out the form at the bottom. Which is there's a form I put on there for you to just send me an email to let us know that you need help. But if you're struggling to emotionally and spiritually transition into this temporary season, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask to have a conversation, to just process that a little bit. With that said, what we want to be able to do is begin to move into that season where we're just we don't know when it's going to end, but we're going to be a church that we're going to continue to be the church in a time when we can't gather. So we're going to continue to move forward to minister to one another and to our community, even in a time when we can't gather. So one thing is, this next Friday, like a week from right now when I'm recording this on March 27th. A week from today is April 3rd. On April 3rd, we were already signed up to serve at the Interfaith Kitchen, and the Interfaith Kitchen is still operating, and so we will still serve at the Interfaith Kitchen. What they're doing is, instead of welcoming people into the facility to receive their meal and sit down and eat it at a table, meals are being prepared in a to-go box, and then those to-go boxes are just being handed out in the parking lot at First Methodist. So we'll still start at the same time. Show up anytime after 4:30. Food service will start at 5:30. But we will pack meals into to-go boxes. So if you are self-isolating, of course, you might not participate in this. So that means if you are not completely self-isolated, if you're just kind of practicing some mild social distancing and you'd like to help with this, we'd love to know that ahead of time, so that we have a clear indication of who's going to participate. So absolutely reach out to us by email. Say, hey, I'm ready to participate in Interfaith Kitchen on April 3rd. Then that following week, starting Sunday, April 5th, is Holy Week. So that's leading up to Easter. So, of course, many of us are grieving the idea that we won't gather in person on Easter Sunday, but we still want to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord. It's my anticipation that we might do some kind of Easter service when we can all be back together. But we still want to celebrate Easter with the calendar that we typically would. So on Sunday, April 5th at 7:15, we'll have worship. That's Palm Sunday. There'll be a message tied to Palm Sunday. Then during Holy Week, for Maundy Thursday, typically we gather in just a handful of homes and get several people together. What I'm planning to do is just resource everybody with the Maundy Thursday leader resources. So you can do a Maundy Thursday dinner in your own home. That's what we'll do for Maundy Thursday. So we would encourage you to still remember that meal and to do that in your home. Then Good Friday, we will do a Good Friday service online on Friday night, and then Sunday we'll do an Easter service, and we're talking about maybe doing something specifically for kids in the morning, and then still doing the worship service for adults in the evening, so that everybody can participate, even if you have little kids at home. And actually, what we're thinking of doing is during Holy Week, there will be some things you can pick up at the storefront, or we could deliver to you if you're not leaving your house, that will help you to engage with the Easter Sunday service. So we're really planning some exciting things to make Easter service really engaging and exciting and feel special. And so if you know you're going to participate in that Easter service on Easter Sunday, there'll be an opportunity for you to come by the storefront and pick up some materials that will be a part of that service. Or if you need us to deliver them to you, we can make sure somebody can deliver them to you. So make sure you let us know about that and watch for more information. Then lastly, as we talk about what does it mean to be the church in a time of social distancing, after Easter, we'll launch a couple of online groups. So typically during this time of year, we wouldn't be doing groups. We wouldn't be doing any kind of coursework or anything. But because we're all in a season where we've got less kids activities, less meetings at night, less kind of going out, and we're all at home, we thought it'd be a great opportunity to do a couple of online groups. And so, reminder, you can find those at volusiachurch.com. There are 3 of them that we've listed there now. One is Welcome Home Supper Series, which is like our new member class. It's an introduction to the 4 life rhythms that we try to structure our lives around. Then there's one that says Financial Basics. Andy Sadlon is putting together some things. He's a certified financial coach. He's putting together some things for just some financial basics. This is not the full Financial Peace University course, but just some introduction to some financial concepts, if that's something you'd be interested in. And then lastly, we're planning to do 8 weeks through the Bible. So if you want to do the whole biblical storyline in 8 weeks, we'll do that as an online course. And so what I'm looking for you to do so that we can make sure we have the appropriate people leading those classes at the appropriate times is go to volusiachurch.com sometime in the next week or so and fill out the form that says sign up for a class or sign up for a course. Fill that out. Once you type in your name and email, then the options will drop down and you can check which ones you're interested in, and then we'll begin to figure out the best time for those to run. So those are opportunities to grow during this season. But again, if you need anything at all right now, if you're running out of supplies and you're not leaving your house, if you just need to talk to somebody, please do not hesitate to reach out to me or to anybody from the Wellspring family that can help you during this time. We're excited to continue to be church to one another. I continue to wait for the Lord to reveal how He's going to make the most of this season for us, and to look for Him to comfort us, even as we're stuck in our anxiety and sometimes our fear. So I'm praying with all of you in this time, and just know that we're continuing to be the church, even in a time of social distancing. Have a great day, and we'll talk later.